Okay, a little bit of that Credence and Purple Haze. I wanted to start today with some new words. First of all, there's a new Hebrew word that we're going to study called zakur. And I'm going to turn the screen around here so that you can see the study notes and you can take notes yourself so that you can look these things up on your web browser. And we'll do that right about now. Here we are. Our word, remember or recall, is in Hebrew, zakur, H2142. Yahusha's followers must remain steadfast in obedience to him, so he finds them doing what he told them to do at his return. Teachers commonly forget to train his flock to abide in his word. One of the commandments he gave us begins with the word remember. If you look at Matthew 24:20, you'll see that Yahusha is describing the days of extreme distress in the last days, and that we were to remember something very important, and that's the fourth commandment, because you're to pray that your flight not be in winter or on a Shabbat. And that's one of the 10 commandments. It's the sign of the everlasting covenant. Now we're going to dive right into actually looking at one of the oldest inscriptions of the 10 commandments. The oldest record of the 10 commandments in original Ibrith, or Hebrew. Hebrew is a corruption actually of the word Ibrith. The word Eber is in there. That's the man Eber. The script that the original writings were in is shown here on a stone. And you can see that it's written from left to right. Okay, that's the way Hebrew is. The yod on the upper right is the first letter of the name. You see his name is I've kind of taken an oval out of the picture and blown it up slightly, so you can see the expanded view like you would on a breakfast grain box that shows you the details of your shredded wheat. Well, we're looking at yod to the right, then a hey, and then an u or ua, and a hey. That's the name Yahuwah as 4 vowels. It's written several times on this stone. You'll see it. Anyway, we're going to be calling this the Los Lunas stone, and you see it in the background of most all of my videos lately. And it's in Los Lunas, New Mexico. Now, there's another discovery that was made in Jordan. That's the name of a modern country. It's just to the east of the land of, well, it is in the land of Yisrael, but anyway, the state of Israel has this bordering country called Jordan. Well, in 1979, at a site called Ketef Hinnom, there was a discovery of a small silver scroll, and I'll show you a picture of it here. It was found in 1979, and it shows the original Hebrew script also. Here's the picture. Anyway, the name is written on this 3 times because the priestly blessing uses it. Yahuwah bless you and guard you. Yahuwah make his face shine upon you and show kindness to you. Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon you and give you shalom. The priestly blessing on the silver scrolls found in 1979 at Ketef Hinnom in Jordan show the original Hebrew script. These scrolls were approximately several hundred years more recent than the inscription I showed you earlier, the gate stone at Los Lunas in New Mexico, United States. Now this next picture shows you the name. Take that red triangle, and at the point you see Yod, Hey, Ua, Hey again. This is something that was called the Moabite Stone, and it was inscripted about 840 BCE. So it's not as old as the Los Lunas stone. It was discovered in 1868 in Jordan. Jordan apparently had a lot of artifacts. Now this is a picture that is so sad. In September 25th of 2023, last year, this is the condition the stone was in. Somebody had poured oil all over the upper left part, thinking that they were doing something special. And somebody else had taken a hammer to it back in 2008, I believe it was, or 2006, many years before, taking a hammer to the first line. And then we see today, as late in the year 2023, someone went out there and painted it with some kind of dark substance, the entire thing. You can still kind of make out some of the letters. But this is a tragedy, that this stone is out there unprotected. Of course, no one could move it because it's many, many tons, and that's why it never was carried away. But they've hammered it, they've brutalized it. Now, this lost Lunas stone was etched about 1000 BCE. During the days of Shlomo, obviously, there was colonists that were sent out on ships, hundreds of people, some with men and women on them, to establish colonies. And this gate stone was actually a obedience to a commandment to write the commandments on your doorposts and your gates. That's why it's called a gate stone. It's also referred to as the Decalogue stone because it has the entire 10 Commandments written on it. This lost Lunas gate stone is the complete 10 Commandments, and it's about 3,000 years old. It may be one of the oldest inscriptions showing the name of Yahuwah in the 4 vowels that modern scholars have been diligently suppressing. The Aramaic script that you see commonly called modern Hebrew is used to teach Hebrew today, and it was adopted from the Babylonians by Yehuda, the tribe, when they were in captivity for 70 years in the 6th century BCE. The Babylonians had adopted the Aramaic script from the Assyrians around 800 BCE, and the Assyrians began to use the Aramaic script in place of their former use of cuneiform during the lifespan of Daud, or King David, in the 10th century BCE. There can be only one original script, and Aramaic is not it. A name in the Iberith culture carries with it a pertinent meaning about the individual who bears it. The name of the first man, Adam, survived unmolested by the attempts of foreign languages and their scripts to match the phonology perfectly. Abram, Caleb, Nun, Sarah, Cush, Kanak, Methuselah, Nimrod, and many other original names managed to penetrate foreign scripts very well. Many Iberith words that are not personal nouns also survived well, like Shaitan, adversary. The name above all names was replaced and remains a primary focus of attack. Look at your preface of your favorite translation. Many of them will admit that it was adopted as a device in all capital letters in English, L-O-R-D. That's not what Yahuwah means. The substitution for the name of our Creator, written in 4 Iberith vowels, Yod, He, Uah, which is concordance number H3068, is admitted in translations such as the NIV and NASB, and intentionally eliminated in favor of L-O-R-D in all capital letters. This has a purpose, since L-O-R-D is the English definition of the Latin word dominus, from the Greek word Kyrios, and the preferred Iberith word Aduni, or Adonai, H136. All likewise, meaning Lord. In other words, they replaced it. They didn't want to hear the name Yahuwah. Another odd coincidence concerns another Hebrew word meaning Lord, which is Bel, or Baal, which is H1167. That's a word that actually translates directly into English as Lord. So is Bel our shepherd? No. There was also a controversy at Mount Carmel, remember, with Eliyahu. And they had to decide that day which they would serve, if Baal or Yahuwah. That's 1 Kings chapter 18, I believe. The original Hebrew script is pictographic, but nothing like the hieroglyphs being displayed all over the internet. The pictographic script of the original Hebrew, which is on the stone at Los Lunas and the Moabite Stone, etc., the individual letters actually mean something. The symbols stand for objects, or, and we're being shown another script all over the internet, which is hieroglyphics. If English develops new letters, as it happened with the letters J and W, there is no relevance whatsoever to the original Hebrew words. There's no J or W, nor the intermediate alphabet, such as Greek and Latin. There's no J or W in Greek or Latin either. We must go to the source to prove if these things were so, like the Bereans. We can sincerely be deceived about many things and not know it, because the tradition is a powerful delusion to overcome. Here's some more words to look up in your web browser, H3068. I am Yahuwah. That is my name. That's Yashayahu, or Isaiah 42, verse 8. Who would dare bring up their own ideas about such a clear statement? The only sure foundation for truth is the inspired word, which does not change or pass away. Yahusha is the same always. Ebrith, that's Hebrew, Hebrews 13, verse 8. And Malachi 3, verse 6 proves that Yahuwah does not change. Those who change, add, or take away from the word of Yahuwah have to face him for what they do, not any worldly judge. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe and share this video. We'll see you in the next exciting one. Bye. Okay.